So guys, welcome back to another video, and welcome to my first Team of the Week prediction video for FIFA 20. Obviously, there hasn't been many uploads on the channel lately, but that's all about to change with the release of the new game coming in the next few days. If you're excited for FIFA 20, make sure you drop a like rating on this video. Obviously, in today's video, we are going to be looking at which players could potentially get themselves an inform in the first Team of the Week of FIFA 20. But before we get into my predictions, in the comment section down below, let me know who you think will get an inform on Wednesday, and also let me know what kind of content you guys want to see from me when FIFA 20 does indeed come out. So let's chat about Team of the Week 1, shall we? I've got to be honest, Team of the Week 1 is looking pretty freaking good. There are a bunch of cards which I'm pretty sure will be very popular if they are included. There could be some pretty cheap OP informs in Ultimate Team very early on, and also there could be some actually really useful position change informs coming as well. Just before we get into my 23-man prediction for Team of the Week 1, let's quickly chat about some players who I sadly had to leave out of my predictions, but obviously they do still have a chance of featuring on Wednesday. So here's just a couple of potential informs that I haven't included in my predictions. Tagliafico scored twice in a 4-1 win for his side. I did want to include him in my predictions, but I already had too many players from the Eredivisie, so I couldn't fit him in. Callum Wilson got 2 goals for Bournemouth in a 3-1 win against Everton. Montoro got himself 2 assists in a 2-0 win against Celta Vigo. Randolph, the goalkeeper, got himself 7 saves in a 1-0 win against Reading. Casca got himself a goal and he helped his side keep a clean sheet in a 4-0 win. And there's also a forward called Borussia who got himself 2 goals and 2 assists in a 6-0 win. And I really wanted to include him in my predictions, but I've already got too many silver players in them, so that's why I couldn't include him. But anyway guys, those are just a few potential informs. Let's now get into my actual 23-man prediction. Okay, so let's get into my predictions then. We're going to start off with the goalkeepers as we always do. Over on the left, we have Jan Sommer. He made 7 saves in a 1-0 win against Cologne, getting himself a clean sheet in the process. He got himself a decent match rating as well, so that could help his chances of featuring in Team of the Week 1. The other goalkeeper on this page is Rory Watson. This guy made 7 saves in a 3-0 win against Morecambe, and he also saved a penalty in this game as well. So 7 saves, a penalty stop and a clean sheet for him. That could be enough to see him feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. I don't think it's too likely that he'll feature, but he probably deserves to. Moving on to the next page then, here are some defenders. We'll start off by talking about Gunter. He got himself a goal and an assist in a 3-0 win against Hoffenheim. A goal, an assist and a clean sheet for a defender. That's pretty impressive. This guy should definitely be in Team of the Week 1 in my opinion. In the middle of the page is Sepitelli. He got himself 2 goals from centre-back in a 3-1 win against Parma. Now, 2 goals for a centre-back is pretty rare. That's why I think there's a good chance of this inform happening. However, since he didn't keep a clean sheet, that could go against him. So we'll have to see what happens with this one. There's also quite a few silver defenders that could feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. So yeah, he might not make the cut. The final defender on this page is, of course, former Arsenal man Nacho Monreal. He got himself a goal and he helped his side keep a clean sheet in a 2-0 win against Atletico Madrid. This was obviously a very big victory for Real Sociedad, and an inform could definitely be produced from it. Moving on to the next page, we've got ourselves another defender on this page. We've got Diego Godin. Now, admittedly, I don't think the chances of this inform happening are too high, but there is still a chance. Godin got himself an assist in a 1-0 win for Inter Milan against Udinese. So an assist and a clean sheet for the Uruguayan. Could that be enough to see him get an inform in Week 1? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see on Wednesday. In the middle of the page is Schalke's Harit. He got himself 2 goals in a 5-1 win against Paderborn, and he also got himself a very high match rating, and that's why I've chosen to include him. One player I'm pretty confident about featuring in the upcoming Team of the Week is that man on the end, the Italian Pellegrini. He got himself 3 assists in a 4-2 win against Sassuolo, so yeah, I feel like he's all but all but certain to get an inform this week. I'd say 99.9%. I'd be very shocked if he's not included in Team of the Week number 1. Moving on to the next page. I've said moving on way too many times in this video. On the next page then, we have Bundu. This guy got himself a hat-trick in a 3-0 win for his side. One of the goals was a penalty, but I don't think that'll cost him. I think Bundu will be on the reserves of Team of the Week number 1 for FIFA 20. In the middle of the page is Frenkie de Jong. He got himself a goal and an assist in Barcelona's 5-2 win against Valencia. Now in this game, Luis Suarez got himself 2 goals, so he could get the inform instead. However, I'm opting for the midfielder de Jong because, as we know, he's got a 1-to-watch card, so that could be why EA may favour him. The final player on this page is Mertens. He got himself 2 goals in a 2-0 win against Sampdoria. He also got a decent match rating from Gazzetta, and yeah, could get himself a pretty good inform in the first week of Ultimate Team. How much do you guys think an inform Mertens would cost in week 1? It shouldn't be mad expensive because there won't be too many coins on the market, but it won't be too cheap either. On page number 5, we've got a couple of interesting looking cards. I think that's fair to say. Over on the left, we have the Polish right back, Zawinski. He got himself a goal and 2 assists in a 5-0 win. So, yeah, a goal, 2 assists, and a clean sheet. That should be enough to see this guy get an inform on Wednesday. So, I do expect to see him on the reserves. In the middle of the page is Norwich's Buendia. He got himself 2 assists in Norwich's 3-2 win against Manchester City. Now, obviously, in that game, Teemu Pukki got himself a goal and an assist, so he could get the inform instead. But as we already know, Pukki is set to get a Player of the Month card in like the second week of FIFA 20, so maybe EA will hold off giving him an inform because of that. I don't know, but nonetheless, I do feel like an inform will come from this game, and if it's not going to be Pukki, I think it might be this man. The final player on this page is the Brazilian Guilherme. He got himself a goal and 2 assists in a 4-0 win for his side, and that could actually be a pretty nice cheap inform for the start of FIFA 20. On the next page, we have 3 strikers, and we'll start by talking about the one on the left, of course. That is Haland, and he got himself a hat-trick in a 7-2 win for his side. So, yeah, that was a pretty high-scoring game, wasn't it? This guy getting a hat-trick in that match, I think, will be enough to see him feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. In the middle of the page, we have a potential striker Mane card. Now, he started as a striker in Liverpool's game against Newcastle. He actually did switch onto the left wing later in the game, but he did start as a striker, so if he does get an inform this week, it should be a centrally based card. Mane got himself 2 goals in a 3-1 win for Liverpool against Newcastle. Over on the right, we have Karim Benzema, who got himself 2 goals in a 3-2 win against Levante, and that could be enough to see him feature in Team of the Week 1. You might have noticed there's a lot of players that have just scored 2 goals this week. It's a bit frustrating. I wish there was a couple more hat-tricks to make Team of the Week predictions easier, but yeah, it's not been that easy, unfortunately. But nonetheless, I do feel like we'll see a lot of strikers get into this week's Team of the Week with just 2 goals. Now we arrive on the penultimate slide, and on this page we've actually got 3 pretty good looking items. So on the left we obviously have a potential inform Marco Reus. He scored 2 goals in a 4-0 win for Borussia Dortmund against Bayer Leverkusen, and yeah, an inform Reus in week 1. Potentially, that's pretty mad, and that's going to be a pretty good card by the looks of things. If Marco Reus doesn't pick up an inform this week, I feel like someone else from Dortmund will, and that other person who could get the inform is probably Rafael Guerreiro, who got himself a goal, and he helped his side keep a clean sheet as well. In the middle of the page is Marseille's Benedetto. He got himself 2 goals in a 4-3 win against Monaco, and this game was pretty mad. Monaco took like a 2-0 lead, then Marseille came back, and yeah, went on to win the game 4 goals to 3, so a pretty mad match. 2 goals and a high match rating for Benedetto could see him get into this week's Team of the Week. One player who 1,000,000% will be in the Team of the Week on Wednesday is that man on the end, Malen. He got himself 5 goals in a 5-0 win for PSV against Vitesse. 2 of the goals were penalties, but look, the guy scored 5 goals. He's 100% getting an inform this week. They could have all been penalties, and they'd have probably still got an inform, but yeah, 5 goals in 1 game, that is pretty mad, and he will get a pretty good inform on Wednesday, I'd imagine. And that could actually be a really overpowered inform at the start of the game. And now we arrive on the final page of my predictions this week, and on this page we've got an interesting looking card, just slap bang in the middle of it. But first we'll talk about the two English forwards. We'll start with the player on the right, Toney, who got himself a hat-trick in a win for his side against Rochdale. He got 3 goals in a 6-0 win, so yeah, that game was pretty mad. Over on the left, we have Chelsea's Tammy Abraham, who got himself a hat-trick in a 5-2 win for Chelsea against Wolves. Yeah, this kid is the definition of an in-form player right now. He's scored plenty of goals this season already, and yeah, he's just in a good run of form. The final player on this page and the final player in my prediction this week is a potential in-form Heung-min Son. He scored twice in a 4-0 win for Tottenham against Crystal Palace, and of course he also got a pretty good match rating as well. So yeah, we could see an in-form Son in the first week of Ultimate Team, and that will be pretty mad if so. In the comments below, do you believe we'll see an in-form Son, yes or no? With him only scoring 2 goals, like, I'm not 100% confident, but it could happen, and I'm going to presume that it will, because normally, like, the first Team of the Weeks of FIFA's, EA do like to juice them quite a bit, so hopefully that's what they'll do this week and put plenty of high-rated cards into Team of the Week 1. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's time to wrap up this video. So guys, if you have enjoyed this video or if you have found it useful, please do remember to leave a like rating on it in the comment section down below. Let me know who you think will feature in the upcoming Team of the Week. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Look out for a bunch of FIFA 20 videos coming from this channel very freaking soon. I'll catch you in the next one.